Hello, and welcome to Dickinson's Real Deal. On this show, I help members of the public get the very best price for their antiques and valuables. We sit them down with one of our regular dealers.
Hello, my name's Alison.
They place their goods on the table. Our dealer makes a tempting cash offer.
£250.
And if you feel it's enough, you accept it. But if it's not enough, there's an alternative. We can place those same goods into an auction in the hope that we will get a little bit more money there.
We have 170 in the room, 185 sold.
Today the show comes to you from Coventry. There's a great crowd of people here. They're excited, they're ready, they want to do business. You know why they're here? They want to walk away with the real deal.
It's the first deal of the day. Can Alan persuade Alison to part with some
Pleasure to meet you,
serious
Alan.
cash?
And this is your Flambe vase.
Yep.
Do you collect Flambe?
It's my nan and granddad's, they collect them. Granddad passed away a couple of years ago and my nan needs to downsize.
So do they have a big collection?
Yes. They've probably got over 50 items.
50 items
Yep.
of Flambe?
Yep.
That's a lot.
Yep.
And is it all Dalton or?
Yeah, it's all
another
Royal
pool?
Dalton, yeah.
Okay, because this is a Dalton vase.
Yep.
It's very elegant, isn't it?
Yeah.
I find the shape utterly pleasing.
Yep.
The piece itself, I would think, is 1950s.
Okay.
1960s, that sort of date. And it's interesting, it has got a hallmark, it's got a sterling mark, which the Americans used to use quite a bit. And what a good thing for your grandma and granddad to invest in. Okay, well, I'm going to put my money on the table now, and we'll see if I can go home with this piece.
Okay.
Did she tell you what sort of money to expect?
And she's got a rough idea of what it's worth.
Oh,
and
I
stuff.
bet she has. Okay. 100.
Okay.
200. 300. Nah.
No, it's
300.
no, it's still not quite there.
No, not quite,
No.
but nearly.
Well, we'll see how we go.
320. 340. 350. Oh, think very carefully.
Yeah, it's maybe.
Ah, Monsieur Dickinson.
A very stylish looking item, that, isn't it?
I thought so.
Flambe vase, it's Dalton, silver mount to the neck. I think that's as nice as I've seen for a long time. I'm going to say, in this particular instance, that really is a Bobby Dazzler. That's got a lot going for it. That's very 1930s, and I think it's got an edge on other pieces that I've seen. So I'm going to say 350 is a really good offer.
Yep.
You must make the decision, but I have to say, what a cracking lot.
Yes, what he's trying to tell you is I've pitched it.
Yep.
Just mean enough for me to have a profit,
Yep.
and tight enough for you to have to make a big decision.
You sure you can't tempt me a little bit more?
No.
Okay, it's a deal.
Are you sure, Alan?
Yep, it's a deal.
What would your grand say?
She'd be okay with that.
What did she tell you to get for it?
350.
Is it a deal then?
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you very much, Grandma.
Yep.
Across the room, our next seller wants to buy brass from dealer Mark Stevens.
And what have you brought along for me to have a look at today?
I bought a snuff box. It was my dad's night.
OK, well, we've got a snuff box here made of brass. It has a date on it of 1916, which is basically 2 years after the First World War started.
Yeah.
Constabulary stat. Well, I've been looking at that and I'm not sure. Obviously, constabulary, the police force, stat, possibly station. I'm not 100% sure. It's a nice box. Unfortunately, it's been a little bit through the wars. If you can see here, it's actually been leaded on. It's where the top's obviously broken off and somebody's had to put the lead onto it here to strengthen it, you know. How long it'll last for, I don't know. But it's an unusual thing. They are collected to a point. The value of them isn't immense. People do like them, and being police orientated from the constabulary, people collect police memorabilia, so it does have a value. I suppose we'd better get to the crux of the matter. We'd better put some money on the table.
That's it.
£20.
Is that it?
No, I never stopped there. £30, my friend. How does that sound to you?
Is that all?
As I said to you, it's not the best to seller.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's probably worth a little bit more, but not much more.
How much more?
I tell you what I'm going to do. But this is the point I stop.
Right.
It can only be one more of these. £40, my final offer. That's what I want to pay for the item. There's my money on the table. Is it a deal?
OK, this is our deal.
Thank you very much indeed.
Well, that's one dealer pleased with their buy. Let's hope Cheryl will go whackers about
Cheryl,
what Karen's
welcome to the
brought to
show.
her table.
So you've brought along a novelty teapot.
Yeah.
What do you know about it?
Well, I got him about 10 years ago from my grandpa, and he was moving house, which he'd lived in for about 62, 65 years. And he was selling, and he said, well, come and have a look in the attic. So as children, my brother and I used to play in the attic, and he was on the windowsill, so that's how I came to own him. He's been in the cupboard ever since, wrapped in bubble wrap.
So
near to
you're
us.
not sentimental at all then
Not
about
really sentimental about
parting
him,
with
no.
him?
I think he's lovely. But I think if someone collected, specifically teapots or ducks.
Be something
Yeah.
nice for the collection.
Yeah.
Well, let's just have a quick look at him. I mean, in the style of Donald Duck,
Yeah.
he resembles him with the sailor suit,
Yeah.
A pottery teapot. This wouldn't have been something that was expensive when
No.
it was new. It was a novelty item.
Yeah.
You know, I've had a look, and the paint is nice. It's still quite bright.
Yeah.
Little bit of flake
Yeah.
in here, but sort of marks out of 10 is probably like 8 out of 10,
Yeah.
which is, you know, which is nice. It's nice and bright here. I'll get some cash out, Karen,
Okay.
and see what you think. Okay. £40.
Definitely no.
Definitely no.
Yeah.
I don't know if I love him as much as you do. I'm going a bit quiet now.
No.
£50 in cash.
No, thank you.
No.
No, thank you.
Well, the answer is no. Obviously inspired by Disney's Donald Duck, a rarity, unusual, highly collectible, £200 to £300 our independent valuers are saying. So we need a lot more money on the table. Otherwise, I'm going to say, take it to a wider audience. There are many collectors out there for this type of image.
Well, a pottery teapot. Well, he's got me going now. So I'm going to double the offer. There's £100 in cash.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
I don't know if I've got as much faith for a pottery teapot.
I'm happy to take it to auction.
You're going to go to auction.
Yeah.
Very best of luck at auction. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
bringing it along.
Thank you.
So, will anyone have their sights set on that duck in the auction? David?
I've got a real Bobby Dazzler here, I've got Karen. Now, Karen, on the dealer stick, you brought along a novelty item, a Donald Duck teapot by Wade Heath. Why have you decided to sell?
Because I'm clumsy and I'll break it, and I don't collect ducks, so
What do you collect?
pigs.
You know, a lot of people collect pigs.
Yeah.
What's the fascination? Why do you collect pigs?
Because I loved them.
Yes.
And my dad used to call me Piggy when I was a little girl.
Piggy?
No, because of my nose.
Looks all right to me. Piggy? Don't think so. OK, it's here in the sale room. It's coming up now. The reserve is set at £200. Karen is saying it's got to make 200, otherwise I'm taking it home.
Yeah.
The question is it going to make it? It's coming up now.
245 we go to Donald Duck now. The Wade Heath Novelty Teapot. 100 I'm bid, 110, 120, 130, 140,
Better already.
150, 160, 160 I'm bid at 160.
It's close. It needs to be a bit more. Good price at 160, I think. Wants to be a bit more.
160, 170, 180.
Oh.
185, sir? 185. I'm at 185. Is that any good to the vendor? At
That'd be good.
185.
Do you want to take it, that, or take it home?
Yeah, what do you think?
I think I'd take it. It's up to you.
185. Commission will sort.
Commission will sort to OK.
Do it. 185. Sold. 185.
So the gavel is going down, and you will be going home with a net figure of £185.
Okay.
What are you going to do with the 185?
Spend it in Florence on me, not the kids.
Spend it in Florence on her and not the
Yeah.
kids. That is the real deal. Ciao.
Still to come.
Put another 20 on it and you'll have a deal.
A determined seller goes face to face with Mark.
Look at me in the eyes and say that.
Put another 20 on it and you'll have a deal.
Who'll come out on top? Find out after the break.
Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal from Coventry.
And all of the city seems to have turned up. Everyone's getting very busy.
You're looking at
So originally set at 6.
They can make anywhere from
Value-wise, again, 10, 15 pounds, something like that.
Hi, David.
Hello there.
Nice to meet you.
You too, sir.
Now, you've brought a little Victorian brooch along for me to look
I
at.
have, yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about how you acquired it?
It belonged to my wife's grandmother. We've had it for 40 years. And many years ago, we were considering selling it. We took it to a jeweller's. And because he liked it personally, I think, for his wife, he offered over £200 for it. So I was quite impressed with that. So I'll probably be better off going there than I am coming here.
£200?
£200 for that item, yes.
Right.
That's 25 years ago. So if you offer me...
25 years ago?
Yes, sir.
So that was a lot of money, £200.
It was a lot of money.
25
It was
years.
a lot of money. But
Why didn't you take the money?
I would have done, but it was sentimental value to the wife because it belonged to a relative of hers and she wouldn't part with it.
So I'll tell you a little bit about it, David.
Right.
So it's got little garnets, little seed pearls.
Yeah.
This brooch will probably date from 1900, 1910.
Yeah.
So it's Edwardian.
Yeah.
And a lady would have worn it and there.
Yeah.
So there is a little bit of damage on it as well. Did you know that, David?
I didn't know.
Yeah, there is. This flower head here,
Yeah.
if you look there, it should be replicated on the other
Yeah.
side, and there's only one petal on the flower. And recently, with the high price of gold,
Yeah.
although this is an antique piece of jewellery,
Yeah.
because of its damage, it would probably go for scrap gold. Do you want a bit more bad news?
Well, I think I can take it. I think I can take it.
Right. This chain, usually 90% of the time, don't tend to be gold. Right. But you're doing all right.
Well, that's fine. You know,
So-
it's made the trip worthwhile.
Yeah, yeah. I'm getting my money out. £20.
I think it's worth a little bit more.
I don't. And
I mean, that won't even buy me fish and chips for full. Can you go a little bit higher?
I can't.
Well,
I know it sounds mean, and
No, I didn't call you mean. I might think it, but I didn't call it.
you can call it me if you want.
You mean. So I'm broken-hearted, but I will accept your offer.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
What are you going to spend £20 on?
3.5 portions of fish and chips. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, well, save us a chip, David. Across the dealer's den, some money's already landed on Mark's table.
And you brought this piece in for us today. Can you give me some history on it, where you got it from?
It belongs to my grandfather, and it passed on to my nan, who passed away a month ago. And we found it in her belongings, me and my mother, in a case full of other coins.
Okay, well, would you like to tell you some things about it?
I would love to know.
The most important thing, it's made of 22 carat gold.
Wow.
Yes, it was made as a commemorative piece. In 1944, when the British troops, D-Day, very special day, this was basically made to commemorate 50 years on. So this was actually struck in 1994.
Right.
It's what we call a proof coin.
Yeah.
It was actually issued by the Royal Mint, and if you look at the box here, that is, if I turn that to show you, the Royal Mint logo. It's actually housed in a plastic casing. The reason being is a proof coin has another name, we call it FDC, which is fleur de coin. That actually means that this coin has never been touched by human hands.
Wow.
Yeah. When they're made, they have the white gloves on, they're sealed, put into the cases. Nobody actually touches it. You have the paperwork there, which tells you all about it, how many were made. There was only 2,000 of these actually issued.
Oh, wow.
So, if you were to take my money today, if we could have a deal, what would you actually do with the money?
We have a relatively large family.
Come on.
Well, I have 8 children.
That's amazing, 8 children.
8 children.
Boys, girls?
3 boys, 5 girls.
Well, you don't look old enough.
Thank you.
So, right, we've got to calculate what this is worth. 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450. Now, how does that sound?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, well, another red one on that. £500. That's over £50 per child now. Are you happy with that? No?
No.
Or,
OK, let me give you some indication of what the independent value is and what I think here. Both the independent valuers and the auctioneers, they're saying 500 to 550. I know people don't like to hear this, but if we were to scrap that today at the commercial scrapping prices as they are now, that's about 600 and I think 30 or 640 pounds. The question is, can we persuade our dealer to give you that little bit more? Now, a lot of dealers are saying, well, the price goes down. Believe you me, gold is still there and might still be going up.
right, well, you've heard from David. What do you think now?
Put another 20 on it and you'll have a deal.
Look at me in the eyes and say that.
Put another 20 on it and you'll have a deal.
You got it.
Pleasure doing business.
Pleasure doing business with you. Thank you very much. Hope it goes to a good home, that money.
It will.
My name's Alice.
On another table, Catherine's brought in a bizarre object to sell to Alison. Now, why would she want a cigar?
And you're a smoker?
No, not no more.
Not no more, no. But you've got a cigar here.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it opens up. Oh gosh. So we've got a little vial, a little scent bottle. How interesting. It's moulded, looks like a naked lady. I'm quite fascinated by it. How did you come by it?
I acquired it from a lady who was selling off bits and pieces many years ago.
Okay. And what made you want to buy this?
Just liked it.
Right. Well, what did you like about it?
Everything, everything.
Because to me it looks a bit like a ghoul or a spectre, doesn't it?
Yes, I thought it was a miniature ghost.
A miniature ghost, that's what I think it
Yeah.
looks like. Well, I don't know how old it is. One would instinctively think it was perhaps Victorian, but it wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't older. It's obviously had a bit of damage up here. And as to value, ooh, I'm not sure. £20.
No.
No?
No.
I'm not going to want to pay a lot more than that. I think it's very interesting. I think think it could be even earlier than Victorian. But it has had damage, and I don't believe the stotter is right. So weighing that all up, 30. Okay. 35. What do you feel, Kath?
I think I'd like to give it a shot at auction.
Well, I hope you get a couple of private collectors, and if you do, you will get good money for it, because I'm sure it's a highly collectible piece.
Yes.
Thanks
Thank you
so
very
much
much.
for coming,
Thank you
Kath.
for your time.
£35.40, £40 on my right at £40, £40 sold.
Now, Catherine, you brought along this novelty glass perfume bottle in a cigar case. I mean, I thought the perfume bottle, I bet you used to take that dancing with you,
Oh,
you
definitely,
know.
to the
And then when you got a little bit warm, like I'm doing under the cameras, you could put a bit of the old...
Yes.
OK, you're going to part with it. It's unusual. It's in a cigar case. The reserve is £70. Are we going to smell success here in the sale room? We hope so.
We're in at £20. £20, nothing on my book for this one.
Come on, we want
Come on, keep
that.
going, keep going.
Keep going.
30, 35, 40, 45. 45 right away.
50.
Slow down. 50. It's coming again. Yes. Yes.
£70 right away at £70. Yours at 70.
I thought we had trouble
Oh,
there.
yeah, that's I like it.
£70. OK. Just in time, £70 right on the reserve. Well, you can see the look on Catherine's face. Catherine is happy. I'm happy. We've all got the real deal here, and we're smelling of roses.
Coming up.
That is my final offer. What type of car are you looking to buy in any case?
A Jaguar. Will it be a drive-by deal for Mark? Find out after the break. Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal from Coventry. Now, two little monkeys have landed in the dealer's den. No, not these two, those two.
Jackie, hello. Hello. Tell me about these little interesting items you brought along today.
I bought them back in the early 90s for my son's 21st birthday. I wanted to get him something different, so I actually bought them from an auction myself.
Okay.
And he was really pleased with them. Yeah.
And what was it that made you buy something like this as a 21st present? Because they're quite an unusual item.
Well, that's why I bought them, because I like unusual things, something different from jewellery all the time and everything. And he was really pleased with them at the time. You know, he says, oh, they're so different, especially the hand. We really like the hand.
Yes, so do I.
Yeah, yeah.
Very different.
It's really nice.
Well, they're originally from Japan, and they're made of ivory. And they were used to fasten a money purse. And you had these novelty toggle fasteners. These are particularly nice because I've noticed there's the little signature there on the monkey, and also the hand has got a signature too, which just gives them that extra little bit of quality. What's essential about ivory and small collectible items like this, that the condition is perfect, and ivory is quite fragile. When you get tiny bits like the fingernails, if they're at all damaged, that has like a great effect on the value. These are in perfect condition, as I'm sure you know, and you've kept them really, really well. So I'm going to get some money out. I really like these. 50, 100, 150, £200. No,
No.
that's a firm no. Okay. 250. Here's David.
Now, interesting this lot, because everybody has their own opinion. I've heard it said from our independent valuers they're not sure. They think they might be Meiji period, late 19th, early 20th century, but there are so many fakes out there, the hand in particular worries them. I've looked at them, I think they're all right, but I'm not going to push you to auction in case it goes wrong. What do you think?
There's something about them that gives me that gut feeling that I think they're okay.
Okay, I feel the same. I think if you went to auction, you might get a little bit more, but you might not.
So Jackie, I'm going to pop another 20 down. That's £270.
Could you put another 10 down?
No.
That's it.
I think that's it to allow me to earn a little bit of profit. I think that's a fair offer.
You got yourself a deal. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Jo.
very much.
Thank you.
Across
Hi,
the
I'm Mark.
dealer's den,
Hi.
Sarah
Nice
sat down
and to
for a
meet you
deal at
too.
Mark's table.
And what have you bought us today?
It's a lady's fob watch, and I know it's 18 karat gold, and that's about all I know in terms of the history of it.
Right.
It's one of a collection that my mum has. We sort of collect them as a family, but it's not one of the favourites.
Good. Well, you're correct. It is a lady's fob watch. We pick the item up here. It is, if I open up the back, fully hallmarked, 18 karat. It's actually a continental mark. This was made in France.
Oh, right.
Okay. This is what we call the dust cover. And if we open up the dust cover there, that will reveal the movement to us. What's particularly nice about this watch is the dust cover is also 18 karat.
Oh, right.
Now, a lot of them are not. They're actually in base metal.
I like it more now.
18 karat one. Well, you have two winding holes here. One obviously to wind the actual timepiece up, and the other one is actually to move the hands. We've got the key here. Shall we see if it works?
Yes.
Right, let's just put it into there. Let's see. I don't think that's the right key.
Oh, right.
Check again. No, that's not the right key.
Oh, right.
Well, it doesn't make too much difference. Probably just needs a little service. All comes down now to price. If I was to buy this off you, what are you actually going to do with the money?
Well, I need a new car.
New car?
Yes, I lost my car last week in an accident, unfortunately.
Oh dear, hence the bandage?
Yes, hence the attractive armwear, yes.
Well, you're looking very well considering you were in a car accident.
Thank you.
So I'm going to make you an offer for this.
Okay.
20, 40, 60, 80, £100. How does that sound to you?
That's not going to get me a good enough car. I need more.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get anything too special with the watch we've got today. One more, okay?
Two more.
There's 120 on the table there. That's strong money.
Need a little bit stronger.
Okay, look, I tell you what I'm going to do.
Okay.
This is my final offer. I'm going to put that on the table. But that is my final offer. What type of car are you looking to buy in any case?
A Jaguar, so I'm going to need a little bit more than that.
Oh, then I think you should possibly go to the auction. You know, anything can happen in an auction.
Yeah,
You know, you've got a very good chance there. I wish you all the best.
Thank
you
you.
very much
Thanks.
indeed.
I've got Sarah here with me. Good morning to you.
Hi.
What a lovely smile, first of all.
Thank you.
OK, now you brought along an 18 karat gold fob watch. Tell me about it. Where did it come from? Is it yours? Is it a family piece?
It's a collection out of a few that my mum has. It's not one that we're particularly sort of sentimental about, so it's one that's sort of that we're willing to part with. Yes, exactly.
Okay. It's coming up now. There is a reserve of 165. Is it going to make it? Let's find out.
130, 140, 150.
He's speeding along this auction here.
170 I'm bid now. 180, 180, 190.
There's hands all over the place. 190, 200, 210, hands everywhere.
220 I'm bid at 220, 220, 220.
They like it. They really like it.
220.
Quite exciting. £220. Put a smile on your face. So obviously a bit better than you thought. I'm going to calculate and take off the commission. That leaves £187. Pleased?
Very. I can go shopping now.
Go shopping?
Yes.
What will Mum do with that? Is she going to have it, or is she going to hand it over to you?
She's very kindly said that I can put it towards my next one, so that's good.
Lucky girl.
Yes.
She's got the 187 quid. She's got the hots for another watch, and she's out in the sale room. That was the real deal.
Right, let's head back into the dealer's den.
Lynn, pleasure to meet you. And these two silver pieces are yours?
Yes, well, my husband's actually.
Are they?
Yeah, husband's
And-
side of the family.
Oh, so they're family pieces?
Yes, they've been passed down a couple of generations.
Okay. Well, I've looked them up in my Hallmark book.
Right.
This piece is 1902.
Right.
And that's called the Helmut style cream jug. And the sugar bowl is 1907.
Right.
And this is damaged.
Right.
I don't know if you had noticed that.
Yeah, I think it's got a little dent or something.
Yes, it's got some dents. And with silver, as with a lot of antiques, condition is everything.
Right.
So, as criminal as it sounds, if I was to buy them, this piece I wouldn't even bother selling.
Right.
With the price of scrap, silver, I would scrap it.
Right.
And therefore I would just retail that piece.
Right.
Well, let's get my money out. I'll try not to muck you about and we'll cut to the chase. There's 100 there.
Right.
Your face is impassive. Another 20, 120. How do you feel about that?
Right. Well, I must admit I got a figure in my mind and it is a bit more than what you're offering me.
Okay. I won't want to pay a lot more than that.
Right.
How far am I away from where you ideally would like to be?
Well, not mega miles. If you feel like you'd like to make me another offer.
Well, I'm going to 125.
I think I'd like to accept your very kind offer.
Oh, that's great. I'm really pleased, Lynn. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Coming up, can Tim serve up a masterpiece deal?
550, 600, 650, £700.
Or will he be given the brush off?
No.
No.
Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal from Coventry. Pat has just sat down with Tim with this painting. It's attracted the attention of David and auctioneer Richard Winterton, which might mean some big money changing hands.
You've brought a little painting along today.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about how you acquired it?
My father-in-law was notorious for junk shops, which we now call second-hand or antique shops.
I love junk shops.
And he used to mooch around all the shops.
Well, let's have a look at it. George Hyde, and I think you pronounce it Pownell.
Pownell, P-O-W-N-A-L-L.
You see, you know more than me, don't you?
Well, it's only because I looked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is London Bridge.
Yes, that's the London Bridge that the Americans
The
bought.
Americans bought this bridge. They actually thought that they were buying Tower Bridge.
That's correct.
And it's painted in an impressionistic style, almost sort of like a Monet style. So it's very nicely painted. His paintings have fetched quite considerable amounts of money. In the past, I think there've been larger ones, London Scenes, and I think one was of Big Ben, which is obviously a little bit more iconic than this, you know.
Now, Richard, what do we know about this artist Pownell?
It was quite prolific. About 1880, 1890. I think this picture's probably around that period, isn't it? Just turn of the century. And he did a lot of those London scenes. And it's quite detailed. I think he was quite sought after.
Well, the quality is there. You've heard what our auctioneer has said. What's Tim going to put on the table? Let's see how much he rates it.
So I'm going to make you an offer, Pat.
Okay.
I'm starting with the right colour, aren't I?
We are.
50, 100, 150, 200, 250, £300. No, you said that very, very firmly, yeah.
There'll be a lot of more of those.
350.
Yeah.
4. 450.
Okay.
5.
£500 in cash on the table, Richard.
That is still, that's the lower end of all the pictures that he sells, David. So I think the pictures is a corker, so I think we're still very low.
You heard what Richard, our auctioneer, says. He likes it very much. I like it very much. £500. We think that's on the low side. I need to get in there and tell our seller.
£500, Pat.
No.
No?
No.
Well, I've come in, Tim and Pat, because that sounded a definite no, and I think I agree with that. £2,000 to £3,000. is the independent valuers and the auctioneer. It sounds a strong estimation, but it's a smart picture by a good artist, and of course we have this iconic subject matter of London Bridge, which is no longer there. So I'm going to say £500, Tim. Sorry, mate. We're off to the auction, unless more money is put on the table.
550, 600, 650, £700.
No.
No. 750, £800.
No.
Do you want to tell me where you want to be with this painting? Because we've got a box.
You need to go a bit more.
But how much more?
I'm not saying how much more. I'm leaving that up to you. I have got a figure that I will go to.
850.
Is that your final offer?
I think that's where I want to be, really, where I feel comfortable with it, really.
Oh, OK, then well, I'll take it to auction.
You're going to go to auction?
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for bringing it along, and hope it sells at auction, fingers crossed.
You turned down the £850 on our recommendation. My worry now is, have we done the right thing by recommending Pat to go to auction? It's coming up now. Were we right? Is it going to bring more money?
London Bridge, oil on board, 2 telephones are up. We start at 12, 13, 14.
1400, 1600.
At 1700 now, telephones now. At 1700. At 1800.
At 1800, telephones in there.
1900. At 1900, 2000 now, 2000.
£2,000 at the reserve now, 2000 on the telephone.
Room is out, £2,000, all done. Sold on the telephone at 2,000. Telephone bid.
The gavel has gone down at £2,000. Now, I want your reaction to that £2,000.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I tell you what, she's a cool customer. From the moment she stepped in, she said, I'm all right, I'm cool, I'm good. Take away the commission from the £2,000 and you're going home with £1,700. On the day, real deal, £1,700. Woo! What a price.
What a fantastic figure for Pat. I wonder if our dealers did as well today.
So I was quite impressed.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Mark scrapped the mint coin for £570. But no one's had a sniff at the snuff box. Cheryl sold the ivory figures for 300. Tim offloaded the brooch
Now
for
you've got a little
£25.
Victorian brooch.
And Alison made a profit of 35 on the silver bowl.
And these
The
two
jug
silver
remains
pieces are
unsold.
yours?
We've had a really exciting day here in the sale room. There's been lots of action, lots of bidding, lots of buying. Pat's oil painting brought a whopping £2,000 and she took home 1,700 quid. Wow. Don't forget to join me, David Dickinson, next time for Dickinson's Real Deal. See you.